Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushua, Bahashim, Rakah Kodash. I want to give double honors to my apostles and others with Millstone who teach very well. Why not this truth from? And citation out there to the hopeful late who continue to push this word in all truth, faith, and sincerity. And also shalom to all the many children who sincerely believe upon the words of Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua. And today just basically doing Psalms 67, a whole chapter, because these Psalms are actually exhortation. As you can see, it says the nations exhorted to praise the Most High. And basically, the nation of Israel, but ultimately all these other nations is going to have to worship Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua in the days coming ahead, man. Because you have to realize in the kingdom of heaven, it's not going to be no such thing as Allah. It's not going to be no such thing as Buddha or even Jesus Christ. In the kingdom of heaven, people are going to worship Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua. And that's why we're looking towards the kingdom. Because, that's when everything is going to flow right. Let's start right here in Isaiah 2 and verse 1. You can see the title of it, the Most High Universal Reign, or reign in righteousness, man. And a part of that reign in righteousness is casting down all these other false gods, man, that these different nations worship, even these false holidays, Ramadan and Easter, and plenty of other things, whether Buddha and, these other people celebrate. All these things are going to get wiped out. And the Lord, he is going to be exalted. Let's read this real quick. It says Isaiah 2 and 1. The word that Isaiah, the son of Amos, saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem. And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mount of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains. And that mountain represents actually governments, man. And that mountain of the Lord or Lord's house is what? The house of David. The house of David is going to be exalted in the last days, man, which is what? The kingdom of heaven. It says it shall be established in the top of the mountains, the top ruling nation. It says it shall be exalted above all the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it. So like how Esau, he is the top dog right now. In order for you to do business and things like that, you must go through the beast system. It's going to be like that in the kingdom of heaven, but it's going to be in righteousness, though, man. Let's continue on in verse 3. It says, and many people shall go and say, come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua, to the house of the power of Jacob. So they're going to worship our power, man. And that's how we have complete control of them. We're going to control who you worship. You're going to worship our power, man. It says, and he will teach us his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law and the word from the Lord, Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua, from Jerusalem. So for the lack of other words, the Lord, he's going to set up the nation of Israel to teach these other nations how to be righteous, man. And that's why the kingdom of heaven is going to be such a beautiful thing, man. That's why the kingdom of heaven is going to have so much harmony, because everything is going to be done the right way. Everything is going to be in its proper place and proper light, man. Unlike on this side, everything is out of order. Let's go ahead and continue on. It says, and he shall judge among the nations and shall rebuke many people. And who was this talking? This talking about us, Israel. Now you go off on the law. Now you don't want to, pay your tithes. You don't want to, celebrate the high holy days. You don't want to do what we tell you to do, then we're going to judge you, man. Let's say if these nations do something right, now we might give them a blessing. They gave you a couple concubines or something like that. They brought forth so many pounds of frankincense and so many gallons of wine, and all they wanted was a blessing, So, we're going to be righteous judges in that day, man. Let's read this again. It says, and he shall judge among the nations and shall rebuke many people. And they shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. So how these different nations are bucking out today that Ukraine and the Russia thing, and even Elam and Moab going at it, man. You going to what's going on today with the beef between China and India, they bumping heads, man. But in the kingdom of heaven, is not going to be like that. Why? Because it's going to be under a rule of righteousness, man. Verse 5, O house of Jacob, come ye, and let us walk in the light of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. And hey, that's going to already be embedded, in the nation of Israel. Because according to the new bodies, we read Ezekiel, the 36th chapter, and many other chapters, it tells you in the new covenant, once the laws, statutes, and commandments be embedded in you, hey, you're going to be doing things that please the Lord, man, for the lack of better words. You're going to know the laws like that. You're going to never go off again. And that's a beautiful thing to be in. That's why it says, let us walk in the light of the Lord. So let's go ahead and go back to that Psalm 67, man. Because again, even though, the nation of Israel is going to praise the Lord, hey, all these other nations are going to have to praise you. How about Shema Shai too, man? They're going to have to give reverence to the true powers of heavens and earth. Even when you go back into the time of Egypt, it was already made known that the Lord wasn't nothing to fuck with. And it's going to be the same thing here. Let's go to Psalm 67 in verse 1. It says, be merciful unto us and bless us and cause his face to shine upon us. Salah. Now, right there, that's the anointing prayer, man. But when you go into let your face shine upon us, basically letting this truth, this knowledge. Because that's a part of that mercy that the Lord sent forth, is this truth, man, this understanding. Let's continue on. It says that thy way may be known upon earth. And how is his ways being known upon earth? Through the prophets. Us on the highways and byways actually preaching the kingdom of heaven. Let's go ahead and get that in St. Matthew, the 10th chapter. Because hey, we're not out there just for GP. No, we're coming with a certain message. And what's that certain message is, this current kingdom have actually ran up. Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. So it's going to be a new kingdom that's going to be reigning under a rulership of righteousness that's coming up ahead. Let's go right here in the book of St. Matthew 10, and I'm going to start at verse. Get to the point. St. Matthew 10 and verse 7. It says, as ye go, preach, saying the kingdom of heaven is at hand. So that's what we're making known upon the planet Earth, that Babylon the Great is going to get destroyed in a magnificent way, and the kingdom of heaven is coming. Prophesying about the things that lies ahead. Read this again. It says that thy way may be known upon earth, thy saving health among all nations. And hey, even in the kingdom of heaven, we're going to show the people the laws of Yahweh Shai, and they're going to see the benefit of worshiping the Lord, man. Let's continue on in verse 3. It says, let the people praise thee, O power, let all the people praise thee. And again, it's going to come all the way down to even these nations are going to have to praise Yahweh Ba'ashim Shai. If you don't, then there's going to be consequences. It says, oh, let the nations be glad and sing joy, for thou shalt judge the people righteously and govern the nations upon earth. Yes, Salah. And it's beautiful because we're going to actually be governors of righteousness, man. Let's go right here in the book of Proverbs 29, jumping down to verse 2. It says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. And right there, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. So the other nations are going to actually be happy that the so-called Black Latinos and Native Americans is ruling over them, man. They're going to actually be ecstatic to see righteous rulers. But it says when the wicked are in authority, the people mourn. That's why there's such thing as depression. It is a such thing as sad, seasonal, annual depression, anxiety, all these different things, even going up down to the animals, a whale beaching itself. You even got the animals fucked up in the mind, which shows you that the whole earth is going to benefit once the elect rule. That's why it says the manifestation of the creature earnest for the manifestation of the righteous, man. Waiting for the right rulers to rule the planet Earth so everything can be like how it's supposed to be, man. So the shoe can be right on the right foot, for the lack of better words. Let's get this real quick before I jump back to the to the Psalms 67. Let's go right here to Isaiah 14. Just going back on, when this devil get put out of power, then everything will be back in peace. Because you have to realize, when this guy got in power, man, he got it under the seat of deceit and violence, man. This guy never worked things out diplomatically. He never sat down and signed treaties and honored those treaties. No, man. He always been a conniving snake. And Yahweh Ba'ashim Shai is just going to have to take this guy out of rulership and put up a whole 180, for the lack of better words, man. Because you're going to clearly tell the difference between this side and the side that we're going to, man. You know, let's go right here to Isaiah 14. And I'm going to start at verse 5. It says, the Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the ruler. So the Lord hath broken down your rulership by the way of your economy, and even by the way of your own tongue falling upon yourselves. You know, he's even people that's coming out and telling you the future plans of the elites. You know, let's continuing on. It says, he who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger, and he put hell on everybody. The black, Latinos, Native Americans the most, you know, the children of Israel the most, but even Elam is catching hell because of Esau. Ham, Ishmael, Moab, everybody is suffering under the hand of the wicked. It says, is persecuted and none hindereth. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They bring forth into singing. Now let's go into that word quiet real quick. Because it says the whole earth is at rest and it's quiet, because for a lack of better words, ever since Esau been in power, man, shit just have been stirred up. You know, you can't get a good night's sleep when Esau here. Why? Because Micah 2:10, this is not your rest, man. It's not meant for you to be comfortable in this society, man. That's why everywhere you turn, for the lack of better words, is trouble. Whether it be a build, whether it be someone on TV that pisses you off, or whether it be just anything, man. Here in this society is meant for you to be aggravated, for the lack of better words. But through the spirit power, Yahweh Shema Shah, we have this comforter, man. You know, so we know the thing that lies ahead. We can see the things that's ahead. So let's go into this word quiet. The word quiet, the first definition, it says to be quiet, to be tranquil, to be at peace. Right there, to be at peace, man. And that's the opposite of when Esau got into rulership. You read Revelations, the 6th chapter. Then the peace was taken from the planet Earth. A peace is going to be reestablished once the regime of Solomon come back in, man. Now, that other word is tranquil. Tranquil, you know. That word tranquil actually goes back into peace, calm, man. You know, basically things being still, you know, restful. You know, let's go ahead and go back. Let's go into that word. Going back to Isaiah 14 in verse 7 again, since we got the understanding on that word quiet. It means peaceful, man. So everything is going to be back to normal when Yahweh Shai, better known as Solomon, get back into rulership, man. You know? Well, because the only time the earth really had rulership was the 40 years of peace when Solomon ruled, man. So let's go back to Isaiah 14 and verse 7. It says, the whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They bring forth into singing. Why is they singing? Why is they celebrating? Yeah, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon. And now those trees can actually represent nations too. That's why it's a thing called a family tree. You know, it says, in the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no fellow is come up against us. So ever since Esau have been taken out of power, then nobody didn't fuck shit up no more. Then everything is back peaceful. The grass is greener, the fruit is sweeter, the air smell better. And overall, life is flourishing, man. Life can't flourish once Esau in power. So let's go back to this Psalms 67 in verse 4, because you're going to see the difference between a wicked king ruling and a righteous king ruling. Psalm 67 and verse 4, it says, "Oh, let the nations be glad and sing for joy." Why they're singing for joy? Because Esau is out of rulership. It says, "For thou shalt judge the people righteously and govern the nations upon earth." Yes, we're going to govern the nations in righteous through the laws, man, which is going to be embedded in us. We're going to be doing the things that's going to be pleasing to our power, and we're going to never go off again. It says, "Let the people praise thee, O power Yahweh Shema Shai. Let all the people praise thee." And again, it's going to start off with the elect in the nation of Israel, but ultimately, once we teach these other nations, they're going to end up praising the Lord too, man. And they're going to thank the Lord for setting us up so we can guide them the right, so we can guide them the right way, for the lack of better words, man. Because they're going to say, "Oh, now my crop is going much better ever since this guy have been in power, man. We have been flourishing ever since he told us to not do this no more." These are the stories, these are the testimonies these different nations are going to have, man. Let's go ahead and continue on. It says, "Then shall the earth yield her increase, and the Most High, even our own power, shall bless us." Yes, because everything is going to flourish once Esau is taken out of power. It says, "The Most High Yahweh by Shema shall bless us, and all the ends of the earth shall fear him." Because everybody in the earth is going to know that Yahweh by Shema is to be feared, man. Knowing that he's the power that took down the beast, knowing that he's the power that controls everything, man. And again, once you do the things that please that power, they feel like about words, you good. But once you do the things that displease them, then now you're in trouble. And that's why Esau must get taken out of power, man. So yeah, I can just a quick little video. I pray it was edifying when they call Halayim La Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, Ba'ashim Rakakudash, Shalom DTA, and the Bible.